And we're live. Good stuff. All right. So in for another Google Hangout for Journey Back to Self. It's Kira and myself. We were actually just talking about our week and some of the things that came up. And just sometimes life happens, right? You have a day or whatever where things kind of go sideways. And then how do you adapt? So maybe talk a little bit about that, Kira. How did you find getting back on track, that kind of thing?
What do you mean, like back on track this week?
Yeah.
Um, well, there was a few things. Like I had a day here where things kind of went south, and I brought all my food with me to eat, but chose not to eat it, I guess, for a day. Um, but when I did get back on my meal plan, I was really happy actually because I didn't feel guilty anymore about eating the food that I was eating. Um, yeah, it tasted good. Being honest, tasted good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier about some of the key things that prevent people from achieving a goal. And one of them is things that come up, right? Because life can throw curveballs, and we are to eat basically 7 times a day with 2 shakes in there, one pre-workout, one post-workout. And today I had a nap and I actually slept through one of my meals, so those things kind of come up. But we talked earlier in one of the Google Hangouts about how to reset that and just how to, kind of collect, adapt, and then keep going. Because I
Yeah,
think,
and today I decided to clean the house, and my I wasn't on track at all today. I was still eating clean, but I wasn't on track with anything that, like the times that I was supposed to be eating because I was busy cleaning and got distracted. But
so
just
what are some of the things maybe in that case? I actually set my timer on my phone.
and I had done that, but when I woke up in the morning, it wouldn't necessarily jive all the time. Like if I was late getting up and then late getting my cardio done, I would be late eating, obviously. So
Hmm.
I decided not to do that. I left them on for a little while just to still give myself a heads up that it was close to time to eat.
Right.
But yeah, with the kids and all that other stuff that kind of goes on in the day, it wasn't practical for me to eat exactly when I was supposed to, so I just make do with the best that I got.
Hmm. How far off are you? Are you like quite a ways off, or is it
No, no, it's usually within a half an hour,
okay? Okay.
but then I kind of adjust to that too.
For the rest of the day,
Yeah,
as you okay.
yeah.
I also forgot to put my creatine and amino acids in my shake today. So those things are actually really important to have before you work out.
I
And then,
was driving to the gym today and I completely forgot my pre-workout shake
right,
altogether,
yeah,
and I felt it.
yeah. It was. So, what was the difference for you?
Oh, I was slow.
So,
Things burnt. I could feel the burn a lot more. I didn't have the energy that I would have had, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Got
my
it.
muscles still hurt
So you felt the difference between having your shake and not having your shake?
big time.
Yeah.
I was really bummed out that I missed it, actually.
Hmm. But again, it's kind of those things happen. It's really just resetting, and because ultimately the resetting and you know uh, adaptation or adapting will get us to our goal.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, for sure. And I was telling you earlier, I had never used the hack squat machine at the gym. And this is a new gym for me. And so learning where everything is and all the equipment. And I'm on the hack squat machine, and I know what it is and I know how to use it, but I'm trying to find the release lever for the full range of motion and I can't find it. I'm like, what? So rather than fiddle around with it, I just did the squats. And I was telling Kira earlier that so then I went over to do my seated calf raises, and I'm on the machine, and this personal trainer brings this woman over and basically shows her how to do the release, and it was way back behind. So I'm on the hack squat machine doing these little, little squats. So I had to laugh at myself. It's you don't have to know all of it. You can have those mini setbacks, and still accomplish your goal. I guess is the the theory. So
And I
uh,
wanted to touch on too that I find important that a lot of people don't consider when they're at the gym is um, your rest period between your sets and even the machines that you're doing. Maybe because you probably know more about that than I do, or even a better way of explaining it, but how important that is.
yeah, I mean, there's a couple different theories out there, but I generally rest, a minute between,
Mhm.
and it's important to do that. And your breathing is also important. So when you when it's upon exertion, so a push motion is when you actually breathe out. And I remember when I did my competition the first time, I did leg day, and I actually wasn't breathing properly, and I was hyperventilating. I had to actually sit down on a bench and kind of readjust my breathing,
Mhm.
because quite often people will hold their breath when they're doing, the exertion portion, when in fact they're actually supposed to breathe out and breathe in. So you're trying to oxygen while exercising is critical, and
Mhm.
yeah, resting is also really important as well in between, for
Yeah, I
sure.
heard the more energy that you exert, you should be resting longer, like giving your muscles longer time to recuperate the more that you're exerting. But
There's a
I
couple
noticed
different.
that it's easier, like, because I used to bounce from machine to machine doing my sets,
Mhm,
and now I just stay on the one machine, but I rest on the machine while I'm there, and
mhm.
I don't know, I just see like I don't know if it's I see better results with the way I look, but um, posture wise and just being able to get through my reps and stuff is a lot easier.
Mhm. Yeah, because I mean, there's things that they call supersets and things like that, which we're not actually doing. But
Hmm.
yeah, really important. And I think fundamentally, and this is what I'll do later on with Fit Life 50, is actually show video of the proper form. And I can't stress that enough when you're exercising. My preference is actually to have less weight and better form. So
Hmm.
because you could always add more, right? So it's so critical for, to get the best bang for your buck out of the exercise, plus also injury prevention, to have really impeccable form. And I'm so adamant about that, really kind of checking myself all the time. And it's funny because, the mirrors in the gym aren't for people to see themselves. It's actually to check your form, right? So that you're doing the exercises properly.
Yeah.
And they're in certain positions in certain places in the gym for you to be able to do that. So really, really, really important. And like I said, if you have to kind of less weight and really be very adamant about your form, you can always just add, it's like a golf swing. You have to learn to hit it straight first, and then you can add distance. So to just get to feel what it feels like to have that proper form, for your body to understand what that feels like. When you're doing a squat, your knee is not supposed to go out over top of your toes. And I see people do it all the time, and they're actually, could very well hurt themselves by doing so. But that's down the road. Yeah. Yeah. So to have a visual of what that looks like, whether a person can look at it in an Oxygen magazine or Muscle Mag, whatever, I did that. I actually bought them and looked at the exercises and brought the magazine to the gym and looked at it while I was doing the exercise so that I could see and keep the form. Really, really important. So, yeah. And then we talked also about really having an accountability partner. And I have to say, Kira, this has just been such a cool experience for me as your mom to do this with you. I'm so incredibly proud of you. And, it's just cool to be able to do this. And I think it's important if you're going for a goal. This is a fairly big goal, but to have accountability partner is really important. Doing it together, having those check-ins, those kinds of things. And there's actually research that shows that that's the case. A person is more apt to attain that goal, if they have someone with them doing it. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for that. And,
well, thank you.
Hey, no biggie. It's been fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for the end result and experience together.
Yes. It's interesting. I talked about in previous Hangouts about how critical visualization is, and having, the picture that we picked out, what we want ourselves to look like. I was on and this is something I thought about sharing today, I was on, doing squats today. And I actually, when I was doing the squats, I'm looking in the mirror at my form, but I'm also visualizing what I look like on stage. What does my quadriceps look like, and how does that? So it's kind of that mind-body connection, certainly when you're exercising, but also that visualization that just propels you towards your goal. If you can see it, yeah, far easier to attain it. So. Good. All right, honey, I think that's a wrap for tonight.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thanks.
I see a child out of bed, so.
Oh, a little one's out of bed?
Okay.
Good timing then. We'll blast off here.
I think she's been watching the whole time.
What's that? She's been standing there?
I think yeah.
Okay. Well, I won't keep you.
Okay.
Okay. Talk soon.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.